Hello everyone! Welcome back to this game. When we last left off, we made it halfway through hard mode. Now let's play the other half. By the way, in the previous stream, I was bringing up some childhood memories because childhood memories are kind of fun. Oh wow, you can actually kill the bullet bills? Really? With the shell? I always thought they went through the bullet bills for some reason. Anyway, childhood memories. I am interested in all your childhood memories of this game if you have any, because childhood memories are fun. For example, here's a random one. I mentioned before that me and my twin sister played our NES for the first time at our grandparents'. Here's a little bit more detail about that. It was in the front room, or back room, I guess, depending on which way you went into the house. And I can't remember if it was on a black or white TV or not. I feel like it was, but maybe I'm mistaken. Maybe my memories are just in black and white. You never know. We're talking old stuff after all. But this room was interesting. My grandma is a bit of a hoarder. Not to the point where she collected trash, but she does collect junk, if you know what I mean. And this back front room was pretty dang cluttered. In fact, it got so bad in there at points that we weren't allowed to go in there sometimes. Which sucked because the old Atari was in there, I'm pretty sure. And he also had a few old toys, like a Speak and Spell. Ah, the Speak and Spell. You all remember Speak and Spell, right? Now say, crap for brains. Or Nile Spell, whatever. You know what I mean. And that's a death. Beer Forest says that he had an NES that only displayed in black and white for some reason. It was picked up at a yard sale. Interesting. You know, the NES has more than one video output, by the way. I don't know if it would help, but along with the typical coaxial cable output, there's also a composite output. You know, like yellow, red, white. Except in this case, the NES only has yellow and white, or yellow and red. Basically pick a color. It only has one sound plug, because the NES does not have stereo sound. Well, I'm talking about the original NES, anyway, the front loader. In regards to the top loader, I'm pretty sure it's only one or the other. I think it's only coaxial cable. Top loader, by the way, if you can find one, that's the one to get. It works a whole lot better than the front loader. It's more likely to work, you're less likely to have to jiggle the cartridge around, that sort of thing. Oh, there's coins in here. Convenient. I was wondering about that. And Shadow Pedro says that he had an NES, but it got shot for some reason. Or for no reason, rather. And by shot, he means that the stuff stopped working. That's a bummer. I consider myself kind of lucky that mine and my sister's NES still works after all these years. Yeah, it's a pain to get the games actually to work, but work it does. You can see for yourself. Never gonna get rid of this thing. Even if it one day goes kaput, I'll just display it on my shelf. Unless my sister wants to display it on her shelf. Point is, it'll get displayed on a shelf at some point. We've had this thing ever since we got it. Way back in a year that I will not be specific about. But trust me, it was a year. In fact, me and my sister, so my parents say, have been gaming ever since we were 1. So, literally, we've been playing games for longer than we can remember. By the way, the reason I'm paused here is I want to mention that either the left or the right pipe leads to another water area like the one in World 5, but I'm going to skip it. There's actually another bonus up ahead that I want to take, and that would be right here. Now, a lot of people don't know how to get up to that vine, but I know the secret. There's an invisible coin block that lets you get up there. That said, this section is identical to the tooth section from World 3. So though, I wanted to come up here because lots of coins. Everybody likes coins, except pennies. Nobody likes pennies. I would totally be okay if the United States decided that we don't need pennies anymore. I mean, Canada did it. They don't have their pennies anymore. Funnily enough, I actually have a penny from Canada. I don't know how I wound up getting it. My only guess is somebody confused it for an American penny, and so it wound up in circulation here. That's definitely a keeper. By the way, how many of you remember the Super Mario Bros. Super Show? It was basically a Mario cartoon from the late 80s with a live section, or live action segment in the front and back half of the show. Now, to me, if there were ever a live action Mario, it would be old Lou who would be Mario. I always imagined that guy as Mario in real life. He was a great Mario. I can't remember who the Luigi was, but he was a good Luigi too. The show was not very good, by the way, but as a kid, I didn't care. It was fun. That's all that mattered. Now, in regards to live-action Mario, though, there's also, and yes, I'm going to bring it up, the Super Mario Bros. Movie. That Mario is not the Mario that I imagine live-action Mario to be. The live-action Super Mario Bros. Movie, you know, the one where Luigi was Mario's brother, son, and... let me try that again. Mario was Luigi's brother, father, and mother. However that works. That movie was a super-duper inaccurate, terrible representation of the Mario franchise. And you know what? I like it. It's a bad movie, but it's one of those train wrecks that are just enjoyable to watch, I think. So bad it's good. It's a poor representation, but they certainly have plenty of references in it. Like, instead of mushrooms, the city is covered with fungus. And Big Bertha, instead of being a fish, is actually a big lady. Speaking of movies, did you know that Illumination is working on a new Mario movie? I tried to duck, and I didn't. I definitely have some concerns about that. For those of you not aware, Illumination is the Minions people. Now, I don't necessarily have a problem with the Minions myself. I kind of like them. Granted, I haven't seen the Minions movie, but I like them in Despicable Me. That said, my concern is that the Super Mario Bros. Movie they're making is basically going to be the Despicable Me version of Super Mario. I mean, just look at the upcoming Grinch movie that they're making. It's clearly the Grinch version of Despicable Me. I do not want the Mario movie to be Despicable Me. That was poorly timed. I also remember the Super Mario comics. Those were fun. They weren't just a Super Mario Bros. 1, they also had stuff from Mario 2 and Mario 3. One of my favorite Mario comics was one in which Bowser made a dumb bomb and tried making people dumber by blowing them up. The ending of it was interesting. He wound up making a smart bomb by accident, and so he got usurped, however that word is pronounced, by a Sniffit. And there was also a comic in which Mario was wearing his frog suit from Mario 3, and Big Bertha fell in love with him. That was a good one too. Oh, I do not like this situation. These bloopers are kind of like booze. Some of them go away from you when you look at them. Others actually continue chasing you regardless. Oh yeah. By the way, I cannot mention Mario Comics without mentioning Super Mario Adventures. It was a manga that was put in Nintendo Power, and it was awesome. It was an overarching story spanning, I think, 12 issues? One big continuous story, and it was pretty good. It of course involved Bowser kidnapping Princess Peach, but I think this was the first story where it established that Bowser wanted to marry Peach. And the climactic final battle was amazing, I will just say. If anybody's interested in looking at Super Mario Adventures, there's a couple of ways to do it. One, all 12 issues of that were collected into a single book. Alternatively, somebody has put that on YouTube and dubbed it. I have not seen the YouTube dub of that comic, so I can't tell you if it's good or not, but it's probably worth checking out. I missed a coin, and that's going to mean that I cannot get the 1-up from the first level of World 8. Oh well. By the way, hello there, Furry Messiah. Welcome to my stream. Okay, I need to make sure I take the correct paths here. In the previous stream, I was not paying attention and kept taking the wrong path. This time, that will not be the case. I will quickly make my way through here. Just out of curiosity, do I have to go over that top one here? No. Now I get to get past this part without taking damage. I get to get past this part. Shadow Pedro says that bullet bills should be able to kill enemies. I totally agree with that. Enemies should be able to damage each other. I don't know why they don't. They can bump off each other, so why couldn't they damage each other? Okay. Curiously, there's no Buzzy Beetle in here. I guess there was too many enemies on screen and it didn't spawn. If I didn't screw the pooch on the 1-up situation a couple levels ago, that's where the 1-up would have been. Imagine trying to get the 1-up while also dealing with a really fast Buzzy Beetle. Now one of these pipes is going to have a bonus. There it is. Shadow Pedro says, well, I mean, if you walk into your friend, you aren't going to kill them in real life. Well, yeah, in regards to, like, walking into each other, sure, they're not going to kill each other, but like a Bullet Bill or a Hammer Brother, they should be able to damage their allies. I'm going to skip that coin block this time, because I don't have time. Running out. At the very least, kick a shell into enemies and they get hurt. So, I guess I can't complain too much, because at least there's that. And hey, line up enough of them, you get a 1-up. But I think those opportunities have long since passed. Once again, down to about 20 seconds at this level. This is easily the longest level in the game. So, I just remembered something. How many of you remember Nintendo cereal? It was like half package of Mario cereal and half package of Zelda cereal. I actually had it. I can't quite remember what it was like because that was so long ago. But for some reason, I want to say that it tasted like Cap'n Crunch. I'm gonna skip all that noise down there. A lot of promotional cereals, by the way, aren't that good. Like, I had SpongeBob cereal. It was meh. But I'm pretty sure that Mario cereal was good. Possibly also the Zelda cereal. They were probably the same cereal, just different shapes. Oh, you know, I never mentioned the fireworks situation, did I? So, depending on what the last number in your time is, for example, right now it's 9, when you finish a level, certain times will get you fireworks. I want to say 1 will get you... This is bad. Yep, that was indeed bad. 1 will get you 1 firework, 3 will get you 3 fireworks, and 6 will get you 6 fireworks. It's an interesting little bonus, even if it's not really important. All it is points. Hammer Brothers. I tell ya. My sister likes Hammer Brothers, but... Okay. This time, I am totally going to get past that part. And I will get through the rest of the game without dying. Because I need to finish this level with a fire flower. So that I can manage to get through the final level without dying. That is entirely how it's going to work. You got it? Good. Furry Messiah says that the Mario cereal was fruity and the Zelda cereal was berry. No! I absolutely need to finish this level with a fire flower. I do not want my trip through the final level to be as painful as it was in the last stream. I mean, I could try to proceed onward as big, because at least that gives me a hit point. But the back half of this level has Hammer Brothers on the ground, and I am zero confident that I can get past them. Hop up, thank you. That was risky. Okay, I'm in the clear. Get rid of you. Definitely in the clear. Of course, this Koopa Troopa is here to help you get past the Hammer Brothers, but it's entirely possible that they will hop out of the way. Granted, if they're hop out of the way, odds are you'll go right under them anyway, so it's not that big a deal. Cannot resist to get this. Fire Brothers, or Firepower though, I really want it. And now I have it. By the way, random thing, looking at the time, I'm pretty sure it's possible to finish a level with 0 seconds. There's nothing funny that would happen if you did it. It's just a thing you can do. And I am not 100% certain about it either. I know there's at least one Mario game that you can finish a level with 0 seconds left on the clock. So it might not necessarily be this game specifically. But that's just a random thing that I remembered. And as we come up to the final segment, just a moment, there is another Mario movie I just remembered. It's a good one. It's only released in Japan. It's an anime called Super Mario Bros. The Great Mission to Rescue Princess Peach. I can totally recommend it. It's not great, but it's good. It's a lot more accurate to the game than the live-action movie from the 90s was. There is both a dubbing and a subbing on YouTube if you want to check it out. Alright, final battle. And there's so many sprites on screen it glitches the game. So be careful. And there we go. I shall now go ahead and tower over Princess Peach. Pretty much the only time ever that Mario towers over Peach. Oh wait, I take that back. There's like Mario Party games where you collect the mushroom and get giant. But yeah. Anyway, I have beaten hard mode. That was easy. Like seriously, like I said earlier, sure you're dealing with buzzy beetles and the enemies are faster, but you know, even as a kid, once I got good enough to beat the game, hard mode was not that much harder. Anyway, we are not done yet. Just want to point that out now, so don't leave yet. I'm going to go ahead and press B to go back to the title screen, and we are going to take an episode break, because when I come back, I'm going to show off the minus world. Also, hello there, XHRAM? Xram? Not entirely sure how to pronounce that, but yes, hi. Should you sub me? I would definitely appreciate that. I could definitely use as many subs as I could because subs are nice. Not a requirement, but definitely appreciated.